if you work with data a lot, and especially if you're bringing in data from the outside, a lot of the times it's going to come in where you're going to have a bunch of blank rows, blank columns, and you end up having to go through it. And it doesn't take a long time, but it takes you a while to go in there and delete out the columns that are blank, delete out the rows that are blank, and so forth. Well, we have a set of macros that will delete our blank rows, delete our blank columns, all in one little click of the mouse, or where it'll do both at the same time. So I've got 3 different macros for you on this one. And those macros are over here. Here's the one that deletes your blank rows. Pretty simple looking. And then we have the delete blank columns. Same kind of thing there. And for some reason, again, I'm not a programmer, but for some reason, deleting the blank rows and the columns, look at this one. It just keeps on going and going and going. All right. So I guess what it comes down to, and you're probably even saying it yourself, it's like, well, why bother? Why not just have the first 2 and select your area, execute that macro, then execute that macro. We're done with it, right? But again, I just want to give you all the avenues here, and I just thought I'd show you that one as well. It's kind of interesting, depending on who is writing the macro, the people that put these together, the situation here is that maybe this one was done by somebody that's very good at writing code, doesn't have a lot of wasted space in there, a lot of wasted commands. Same thing maybe with this one here. But when you look at this one here, why on earth would you need to have a macro that's this long, all those commands that basically do the same as these 2 here do, right? I think it would make more sense if we had you took this and we just combine these. I think if we were to take this out and just combine it, it'd probably work the same way. I haven't tried it. Maybe for homework, you can go ahead and say, well, guess what I'll do is I'll get rid of this end sub, and I'll go ahead and put this code starting with dim underneath the end with, and then kind of go from there. I'm not sure. It might mess it up, but in the worst case scenario, you just keep them separate, and that's it. But again, I just wanted to show you kind of a comparison with all this, right? So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and we'll select all of our macros here. Oop, there we go. And we'll do a right click on it, and we'll hit copy. All right, and then we'll go back over to our over our developer. Go to our Visual Basic, and there we go. We're at the bottom, so we'll just do a right click here and hit paste, and there we go. So there was the combination, and we have to obviously get rid of these titles here. We'll do that and delete that. Then we'll do the same thing with this one here. And delete that. And our last one here, or first one actually, but last one to do. There we go. All right, so there we have it. So there's our, there is our delete blank rows, delete blank columns, and then we have the delete blank rows and columns. All right, very good. So now we'll go ahead and close that up. And now our next step is going to be to go ahead and put those into our toolbar or ribbon here, into the macros there. So we'll go back into what we'll click on the file, go down to options, go to our customize ribbon, and then we'll go to the cool area here. And I think we'll put them in. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do another another group here just so you can see how that looks here. So what we'll do here is I'll go to the bottom here, and it doesn't matter where you go really. And I'll tell it new group. And this is going to be, we'll rename this one. We'll call this one really cool. All right. Hit OK. And now we'll go and change our list to macros. All right, so we've got our delete blank rows right here. We'll drag that underneath really cool. Delete blank rows underneath that one. And the delete blank, this one here. Okay, I think that's, oh, that's the same one there. So we got our delete blank rows and columns, delete blank rows. Now we just need our delete blank columns. How about this one here? There we go. Okay. Okay, so we'll take this first one here. We'll hit rename. We'll pick something for a picture. And I think on this one we're going to do a, let's see here. Take the whole thing and we'll call it, we'll say delete. And we'll say blank rows and blank columns, we'll call it. We'll do that. Keep the name short, you know. And we'll click on this one here, hit rename, find a picture, hit rename. Oh, that made hit rename. Do it. Go here, and this is going to be delete. And we'll just do blank rows. Hit OK on that one. And then over here, we'll rename that one. Pick a picture. And this will be delete. And then we'll do something like maybe blank columns or BC. There we go. Hit OK. There we are. Hit OK on that. And now we got a whole new group over here that's really cool. All right. Okay, now we'll go back over to our world sales. We're going to select everything, just like that. And we're going to tell it, first of all, that we want to delete our blank, we'll do the blank rows. All right, so we'll click onto that. And bingo, there it is. I kind of paused the video because that took about a minute to do. And I think it was because of the fact that I had selected the entire worksheet. I mean, all 16,000 columns, 1 million plus rows. It took a while to do. So keep that in mind if you're going to be using this one. So while it's still selected, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get rid of the blank columns. So we'll go ahead and I'll hit the delete blank columns. I'll just leave it all selected for the heck of it, but keep that in mind. I think it'll speed it up a little bit if you don't select, I mean, the whole friggin' workbook, you know, or worksheet, I should say, right? I'm gonna go ahead and click on the that one there. Oh, that went over, but that went pretty fast there, so that was not too bad. There you go. So that's it on that one. So that worked out really good. That's a really neat command there. Now what we'll do is we're going to go to the second one I've got here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, this time what I'll do is I'll just select all the way down. And I think this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Control, Shift, and down arrow key. See, that's not going to work. You know what? I'll just select everything. We'll cross our fingers on this one, okay? So I'm just hitting that select all right there. And this time I'm going to hit the delete blank row, blank column one. That's our first one here, right? So I'll click onto that. Now on here, it has that prompting text that we put in there. It says, delete only empty rows and columns outside the data. Your current used range is A1 through almost a little over 76,000 rows there. And I'm going to say no. I want to delete everything. you know, all the, oh, that didn't look too good there. All right, it's going. There we go. Well, that was pretty good. So it actually went faster than the first one, all right? So this might be a better one for you to use. I mean, if you want to maybe use this macro instead. So regardless, it worked really well. So again, hopefully you maybe can use some of these. Remember, these three different macros, these three different commands are not normally in the program. So by putting together the or putting in that code, into your VBA screen area there, you're able to create these wonderful, powerful macros. So I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.